Hello students, welcome back to Logistics in Manufacturing, Supply Chain and Distribution, Unit 5 and Part 3. So this will be the final unit. So here we're going to see what is alliance and outsourcing, whether we need it or not. Finished goods have to be transported to point of consumption. Production and consumption cycle never matches. So storage becomes inevitable, but stored inventories have to be judicially controlled for their carrying costs that is drain on the bottom line. Business organizations are struggling for competitiveness not only for growth but also survival. Customer has become demanding and looks for value added services as he wants. Value for the money he is spending. This can be done through outsourcing the no core operation to expert in the fields and concentrating on core business areas. Logistic operation is specialized areas where majority of marketing and manufacturing organizations do not have expertise. The opportunity cost which the traditional distribution system carries due to lost time in dealing with multiple vendors, transporters, C&F agents, freight forwarders, authority, custom agents is major hurdle on the company's overall competence. To overcome this hurdle and to bring effectiveness, efficiency of distribution system, outsourcing has become very necessary for us. So SCM is involved in planning and management of procurement, manufacturing and distribution activities. IT coordinates and collaborates with channel partners that is suppliers, intermediaries and third party service providers. There are a number of strategic alliances among the above mentioned players. Strategic alliance is formal relationship formed between two or more parties to pursue a set of agreed upon goals or to meet a critical business needs while remaining independent. Partners may provide the strategic alliance with resources such as products distribution, manufacturing capabilities, project funding, capital equipment, knowledge, expertise, and intellectual properties. It is a cooperation or a collaboration which aims for synergy, where each partner hopes that benefits from the alliance will be greater than those from the individual efforts. The alliance often involves a technology transfer, economic specialization, shared expense, and shared risk. So, what are the drivers of alliance and outsourcing? So, it can be led to globalization of markets. Competitive pressures can be handled. Changing customer demands. Because whenever a demand is changed by the customer, we have to address them because else we lose a market. Emerging technologies has to be taken into account. You are an automobile manufacturer. You just cannot depend on conventional automobiles. Right now, different sets are coming in. Electric vehicles are coming, hydrogen vehicles, water vehicles. So emerging technologies has to be taken into account. Why outsourcing? To focus on core competencies. Resource constraints will be there, so that can be addressed. Cost saving resulting from better management. Cross pollination of better available practices. Wider geographical coverages. Reduction in risk and liabilities. Extend superior customer service. Source of process improvement. So, what is the basic commandments of outsourcing? You have to develop a strategy for outsourcing. Without a strategy for outsourcing, it cannot be established. You need to establish a rigorous provider selection process. Your provider selection, basically using an AHP or any fuzzy process will be better to eliminate the selection. Clearly define what you expect. Develop a good contract. Whatever your expectation, it has to be put on the contract. Establish sound policies and procedures, so it has to be followed through. Identify and avoid potential points of friction. Communicate effectively with your partner so that miscommunication is eliminated. Measure performance and communicate the results. Motivate and reward your providers. Be a good partner. So these are the various commandments of outsourcing. Which logistic activities are outsourced? So if you say warehousing and warehouse management at different geographical locations, transportation and freight management, freight payment and audit, inventory management, customs clearing, material handling, packaging. All these logistic activities can be outsourced. How it is being evolved? So basically, in-house logistics will be self-reliant organization performing all every logistical operations, where it is being moved to the third party, where outsourcing of warehousing, transportation, inventory, and order processing are being done by the third party. Now with Alliance, that is a fourth party, 3PL service providers are incorporated, followed with an IT organization and logistic concern. So that the fourth party is an evolution from in-house logistics. So types of strategy. Third party logistics is one of the everything people would have heard. It is use of an outside company to perform all the parts of the firm's material management and product distribution function. Fourth party logistics, it is referred to the evolution in logistics from supplier focused on warehousing, uh, not only the transportation, some transportation third party logistic providers, but to offer more to an integrated solution. Among other services, fourth party like provides include supply chain management, solution, change management capabilities, value added service in their offerings also. So retailers supplier partnership, it is a formation of strategic alliance between retailer and their suppliers. Distributor integration. This appreciates the value of distributors and their relationship with the end users and provide them with the necessary support of to be successful. So strategic alliance benefits are it is easy for our partners distribution channels and markets, and incorporate technology and IPR, and develop the capital, access to partners markets and their customers, increase brand awareness through partners and channels, speed to the market due to joint efforts can be done, reduce the R&D costs and risk, rapidly achieve scale, critical mass momentum, increase them so that they can achieve the market at a rapid scale, access to management skills. So these are the various benefits you can get it from a strategic alliance from a third party provider or a fourth party. So what is the improvement through strategic alliances? Like you can reduce the channel conflict over there. On time product delivery, responses will be very high. Quality and delivery could be consistent. Handling of customer complaints, that is the most important phase over there. Improved supply chain productivity, prompt response, confidentiality of shared business strategies. So these are the various areas which could be improved through good alliance. So what is the difference between a third and fourth party? Third party is like, as we said, like provides one or more logistic service relating to the flow of product, information, funds, and that could be performed by the firm itself, which is being outsourced. A 4PL is like designs, builds, runs the entire supply chain for process for us. So what is the service categories over here? So transportation, if you see transportation, basic is like a inbound, outbound by ship, truck or trailer track. Some specific value added services are tendering, track or trace, mode conversation, dispatch, freight pay, contract management, all these things will be taken care of. So warehousing, storage, facilities, management. So over here, cross dock, in transit, merge, pool distribution across firms, pick and pack, knitting, inventory control, labeling, order fulfillment, all those things can be taken. Information technology, provide and meet an advanced information and computer system. So as we know, like we can get the management system where our products are, and make sure our modeling and site selection is done, bills are paid, automated broker interface is done, end-to-end matching, worldwide tracking, visibility is there. Reverse logistics handles the reverse flow. This is one of the major aspect right now for integrating the circular economies, and also recycling, used asset disposition, customer returns, returnable container management, repair and refurbish, everything has to be done. Other 3PL is like a brokering, freight, forwarding, purchase, order management, order taking, loss and damage claims, freight bill audits, consulting, time definite delivery center. When you see the international aspect, brokering port services are very important, and export creating is also very important. Special skills are required when you are handling hazardous materials, temperature control, package or parcel delivery, food grade facilities, equipments, which is also in bulk and all. So this is needs a special skill handling. So what is third party logistics again? One of the important things. Third party logistics refers to the concept of outsourcing the logistics and distribution of a manufacturing service to a logistics service provider, so that they will take into it's a core competence, focus on that, and they do a new development, product development, everything. Is an activity outsourcing related to logistics and distribution alone, so that our core competencies can work on other things. So why we need that? We can improve the strategic focus. One of the main thing. Resources are constrained, so that could be shared upon. Lowered cost, inventory costs around 15 to 30% can be lowered because of that. Expansion of markets, more professional and scientific approaches to logistical problems. Improvement in service level with improved response time. Efficient management of inventory resulting in better utilization of working capital. Increased flexibility. A 3PL contract provides freeing up resources for other users. So third party refers to outsourcing, as we said, like uh, related to transportation, were originally performed in the in-house, uh, is gaining importance as more and more corporations across the world, unable to manage their complex supply chains, are outsourcing the logistics activities to 3PL. By outsourcing logistic activities, corporations are able to not only concentrate on their core competence, but also achieve cost efficiency and improve delivery performance and customer satisfaction. Who are the providers over here? Over here, we can say wholesalers. They stand alone operators who extend only one type of service in which they have an expertise such as warehousing, transportation, customs clearing, packing, equipment supplies, IT supports. The wholesalers do that. Integrators are one who provides entire logistics service and offer logistic solutions to the customer's logistic problems. What are the different categories? Standard service provider, perform the basic seven activity as pickup, seven pack, warehousing, distribution, the most basic functions of logistics. Service providers are the ones who help us to, for tracking, tracing, cross-docking, specific packing. All those things can be given with a unique security systems. Customer adapter. At the request of the customer, it is essentially to take complete control of company's logistic activities, improving the logistics dramatically, but do not develop new service. So this is mostly given for any kind of a product which is customizedly built. Customer developer, this is the highest level of the 3P provider can attain with respect to its process and activities. This occurs when a 3PL provider integrates itself with customer and takes over their entire logistics function. These providers will have few customers but will perform extensive and detailed tasks for them. That is the main important part. 3PL benefits to their client's perspective, reduction in the risk and the liability, value added service to the customer, source of process improvement, wider market coverage, access to new technologies. So the clients are pretty much happy with these things. What are the value added services by 3PL? Cross docking, custom clearance, reverse logistics, assembly or mixing. Assembly or mixing is something where the 3PL is going to do it. That is mixing up the various different products or assembling them. That is the most important thing we have to see. Freight consolidation is also one of the biggest aspect. Special packing and labeling, which is done. Logistic audits also done by the third party logistics as a value added service. Stock financing. So these are the various value added services being provided by the 3PL. So what is the infrastructure which is required for a 3PL? So if you see as a prerequisite, a warehouse, you need a warehouse, a fleet of vehicles, quality, hardware and software to take care of information required by the system, advanced material handling capabilities, competent consultants with good team of spirits, trained manpower, reach in terms of geography. So these are the various infrastructures required for a third-party logistics supply. While considering a 3PL service provider, the manufacturing company should consider the following key points before proceeding any 3PL service, which is knowing where to go, knowing the needs and objectives of the customer. Factors which is need to be considered as a 3PL: general company considerations, capabilities, quality, client relationships, and labor relationships. So, how do you, with all these 3PL performance, how do we do the measuring metrics which has to be followed for a 3PL? When seeking in the aspect of transportation, on-time shipment is done or not is one of the key metrics which is need to be followed for a 3PL. On-time delivery is quite important because it is to the customer where your brand value is being more constantly demanded over there. Transportation cost per mile also has to be taken into account. With respect to warehousing, your percentage of order ships in each consignment has to be taken into account because your transportation and warehousing are different players. Unit cost for warehousing, pricing accuracy in warehouse, or whether order fulfillment is being completely done or not. Item fulfillment, inventory accuracy, that is prediction of our inventory is quite important. Loss and damages also has to be taken into account in warehousing. So measuring and evaluating 3PL performance with respect to cost, quality, and availability. When you see cost, service cost and cost reduction is taken into account. Quality reports and process improvement, how it is being improved. Customer satisfaction and handling routine is very important in availability. So what is a world scenario? Logistic cost around world is like $2 trillion. That is quite very high. It constitutes to around 9% to 20% of the GDP of any countries which provides a 3PL market. It revenues across the world in $141 billion. Like in the year 2024, it has been increased to $426 billion, which is largest 3PL market is in the US, which has 70% of their GDP. So what is the situation in India? Market is being least developed, highly fragmented, and very few providers. This also showcases there is a possibility for developing or being a 3PL in India. What are the problems faced in growing? Lack of trust and awareness. 3PL is less than 20% of all logistical operation in India. Poor infrastructure, logistical firms offering limited service, differential sales tax policies. Prospects of 3PL is like you can be globalization. Market is poised to grow at a rate of 20%. Indian firms have started to realize the importance and reducing costs and staying competitive. Government is also taking initiatives for infrastructure development and uniform VAT is being initiated. So with that, we'll move towards the fourth party logistics. So 4PL is term coined by Accenture Consulting in the mid 90s. The term is coined as a result of an extensive survey carried out by the organization on customer satisfaction, which indicated that the customer expectation regarding cost by using 3PL service providers were not up to the mark. So, according to the Accenture consultancy, 4PL defines as an integrator that assembles the capabilities, technology, and resource of its own organization and other organization to design, build, and run comprehensive supply chain solutions. For any firm to establish the 4PL must have enhanced in investing and maintaining in the infrastructure and the resources that makes it the manager of multiple 3PL service provider crucial to the client's organization. So it is like combining the existing 3PL to the 4PL logistics. These are 3PL firms that have invested in technology, human resource, alliance in order to be present in a single point of contact. In essence of 4PL provider, Supply chain integrator of all 3PL providers coordinates, aligns, manages, and capabilities of all the of 3PL vendors has to be integrated with. Is an asset-less vendor, 4PL. It operates on a separate IT platform, deliver a comprehensive supply chain solution using capabilities of the 3PL vendors. So that the 3PL logistics supplier providing logistics solution to their clients based on their domain knowledge and they have developed or acquired over the years of experience in logistic management. Today, a new trend has emerged where an IT firms providing logistics solution built around the domain knowledge provided by 3PL companies. These new breeds of companies are called as a fourth party logistics. So, what is the 4PL alliance? So, the genesis of 4PL lies in forming collaborative relationship among various logistics service provider on IT's backbone. Hence, the network arrangement can be termed as 4PL, which covers the entire supply chain, collaboration between multiple logistic providers, alliance to be led by integrators with IT based and not access based providers. Flexible arrangements has been done. So one of the example is Herbert Packard appointed Circle International as their 4PL partners for Asia and Pacific region. Circle International is operating from their central hub located in Singapore, where it buys and stocks HP inventories requirements in the region. The network of warehouse hubs spread across the countries in regions takes care of its distribution. The local HP office in the country draws its inventory requirement by buying it from the CI local hub. HP does not block its funds in inventory. Thus, 4PL providers logistics service by blocking their own money in HP products and their components. So, 4PL works on increasing revenue, reduces the cost, reduces working capital, and reduces the fixed cost. What is the SC solution provided by 4PL? It's reorganizing, it is synchronizing of planning and execution of all partners in areas of consultation skills, business strategies, alignment, creativity, redesign, integrate supply chain participants, and followed with a transformation that is a specific supply chain function, covers the areas of strategic planning, align, analysis, process design, to integrate the client's supply chain activities and process. Followed with an execute the solution and gather data for analysis for future developments. So major technology is like as we said, like global positioning system is one of the major aspects, followed with a global information system. So GPS and GIS technologies have been integrated. So when you talk about GPS, determining the position uh, uh, for accuracy and in any climate it can be used, but the major aspect is to know the real-time aspect of any product or any service which is being done. GIS is like a computer system capturing the position of an object, processing, enhancing, querying, and analyzing and storing in spatially referenced data containing the consumer profile of that particular area, which can be definitely uh, help a sales organization in creating a consumer demographic that is for future presentation or future predictions. What are the major components for 4PL? Is like modern GIS is being done all hardware and software by using GPS and just transportation management real time. You can monitor the traffic condition, update the condition of the weather based on that. What is the time of supply and delivery demand? All those things can be taken into account. These two technologies could be used for effective route optimization and modern fleet management operation. The four components of 4PL is like architect and integrator. So then followed by a control room intelligence, supply chain intermediary, resource providers. So the supply chain and the resource from the 3PL and the architect integrator control rooms are from the different technologies and the IT alliance, which makes the component for 4PL. So as we discussed, so supply chain visionaries, multiple customers, control room is like experienced logisticians, decision supports, managing multiple 3PL, continuous improvements which is being done, IT systems integration, real-time data Tracking is being demanded by every customer right now. Conversion of data into information and technical support. Resource transportation, warehouse, resource providers, assets, cross-docking, property facilities, manufacturing outsourcing, procurement, and co-packing service systems are being done by the resource providers. So, what are the challenges faced in Indians' mindset? Application of 4PL needs a lot of understanding and support from the top management. One of the biggest low awareness of regarding the 4PL concept. Some 3PL firms have either misunderstood the definition or purposefully ignoring the reason. Some three players additional IT service and started marketing as 4PL, which could be as referred as 3PL plus. The relevant technology and the resource required for 4PL are not available in India as easily. So, what is the benefit? As we discussed over here, it reduces logistic cost, concentration on core competency. All those objectives can be set to as a benefit. So, basically, 3PL and 4PL, which has been existing in a condition in a country, which is going to be contributing in the future aspect. So, what are the logistic outsourcing for even if you go for a 3PL and 4PL? Switching the cost is more from 3PL to 4PL. Degree of control has to be very key. So, we said in the first part, control, we said, right? Control is one of the main attribute in a management. Human and electronic interface is done. Tuning logistics to the need of channel partners is very much needed. Degree of outsourcing, legal aspects. So each and everything is stating that how the switching cost is more. Management of existing asset fully or partially by service provider. Deployment of existing assets on lease or to a service provider is very tough. Risk involved in partnership breaks, which causes greater loss in terms of time and stabilizing a new system. That is one of the biggest problems. Direct control over the activities of service provider employee is not possible. Outsourcing firms should ensure the timely availability of information to monitor the activities of service providers. So these are the various factors which has been during the outsourcing issues. So if you see as work culture differs in partnership organization, there is a mismatch in the degree of empowerment of employees, speed, flexibility in making decisions. Proper interface between the employees of two organizations is essential. Job of coordination in both organizations is very crucial. Problems arising due to mismatch in technologies also has to be taken. So tuning logistics to the need of channel partners, mixing channel and logistic management requires good coordination and intelligent interface. The four major areas of interfaces: defining logistic standards, designing them, implementation, monitoring the programs. So the various degree of outsourcing is existing logistic infrastructure, company's product portfolio, management policy for third-party environment, and the anticipated benefits. The limited involvement of logistic service providers may be only for regional operations, for transportation, for warehousing. Areas of responsibility and authority should be clearly demarcated. Service providers should be given a free hand in complaint resolution and curtailment decisions. He or she should be given access to company's knowledge pool. Legal aspects as far as reverse logistics policy guidelines have to be prepared to sort out the excise and sales tax problems relating to the rejected goods. So, how do you select a service provider? Define the logistic problem, identify problem areas, establish objective, search for service providers, proposal evaluation, selection of service provider. Even these can be integrated into an AHP format or a fuzzy logic system so that AI can also be helpful for us finding the service provider for us. So when you state our logistic problem, high logistic costs, longer performance cycle, increased customer compliance, reverse logistics, route selection has to be taken into account. whether they are able to identify the problems with the following aspects and all. Establishing the objectives, cost reduction, performance cycle, whether they have just-in-time delivery, they have a freight optimization or not, whether are they are able to plan the route and all. So search for a service provider follows with integrator, wholesaler, and consultant also. So these are the various service providers and how the provider selections has to be done. So how a logistic service contract agreement has to be placed. So you need a date and place, names and address, scope of what are the different services they're going to give, what are the requirements given by you, especially the payment terms, what are the extra service from the service providers can be given, charges for the service offered, value proposition by service provider, what are the damage liabilities that they are able to give, that is during loss, what are the insurance damage calculations. All these things has to be discussed in uh, at the very beginning itself, followed by the what are the responsibilities, because both the parties need to know what their employees are going to do, what are the assets they're going to use, what are the different warehouse management. Performance measurement criteria has to be shared between both the parties so that they can be redefined or modified. What are the risk sharing, termination of contract on what basis, what are the notice period for termination contract, what is the notice for claims and filing suits based on the contract, authority and jurisdiction of dispute settlements and governing the laws. So these are the various logistic service and contract agreement to be followed up. So with this, we are finishing up our unit 5. Thank you.